Zhuangzi's Fables and Their Wisdom. Module 5 on Relativism.
Lesson 5. Accepting the Others. Fable 1. Short Life and Long Life.
Master, I sometimes find it very challenging to handle the interpersonal relationship, especially when I talk to someone living in another state. It seems very difficult to understand each other.
You are right. Human communication is beyond words. It still concerns our educational background, living experience, and the like. They all make up our world knowledge. Generally speaking, the more different we are, the more difficult it is to arrive on an agreement. Let's talk about short life and long life today. And we will talk about Pengzu, a legendary long-lived figure in the Shang dynasty.
Then what can I do to deal with such problem?
The very first thing is to understand whoever you really want to communicate with. I want to ask you a question. Who lived the longest life in the world?
I think Pengzu lived the longest.
I have lived for 800 years. In fact, rare people can live for 100 years. Ha ha ha.
Yes and no. This is a world of great diversity. In the south of Chu, there was the giant tortoise called Mingling.
I'm Mingling. For me, 500 years is just as long as the spring for human beings.
What's more, there was the giant tree called Da Chun.
I am Dachshund. For me, 8,000 years is just as long as the spring for human beings.
Oh, comparing to such tree and tortoise, I have just lived a short life.
There are still other creatures in the world who live a short life, just like the mushroom that doesn't live longer than a day, and the cicada that doesn't live longer than a year. Therefore, we have to understand the people who are not the same as us and make some adaptation if we really want to communicate and cooperate with them. And you still have to take the specific conditions into consideration. If your friend is just going to the suburbs nearby and he can return before dinner, then you don't need to urge him to prepare food. But if he is going to travel a distance of 1,000 li, then you'd better help him prepare enough food. In a word, try to understand the people in their way, though this is really difficult. Don't reject them just because they are different from your typical perception.
If you try to ask the question like, which band is the greatest of all time? What's the best cuisine in China? You'll soon have an argument on your hands. This is especially true when it turns into some bigger issues like bilateral relations between two countries. Indeed, China has proposed a very influential idea in dealing with the international affairs. We should seek common ground and reserve differences. Such idea of agreeing to disagree is very practical. When you agree to disagree, you build more peaceful relationships. Disagreement will always happen because of so many different conditions, but you don't have to let them become a real problem. So you have to show others respect by allowing them to hold an opinion differing from yours. Agree to disagree. You'll find your friends can remain your friends even if they don't think exactly as you do. That's the end of this fable. Fable 2. Are they really beautiful?
Look, there stands a beautiful lady. I have never seen anyone so gorgeous. Do you agree?
Well, talking about the perception of beauty, I want to tell you a fable. Are they really beautiful? This story is about two famous beautiful ladies in Chinese history, Mao Qiang and Li Zhi, in the spring and autumn period. First, let me show you two brush paintings here. The left one is a painting of Mao Qiang standing in a garden, and the one on the right is a painting of Li Zhi sitting on a stone trying to paint on a leaf. Have you heard of Mao Qiang and Li Zhi?
I know. Mao Qiang is married to the king of Yue, and Li Ji married to the Duke of Jin.
Yes, they are said to be the most beautiful women in the world, and even their dukes would fall for them. But can you imagine what the reactions of the fish, the birds, or the deer are when they see Mao Jiang or Li Ji?
I guess they will cry out in admiration, just like me.
Are you sure?
Miao Qian? Li Ji? Are they really gorgeous? No, I don't think so. They don't even have tails like me the fish. I'm diving away.
I don't like them either. They don't have feather like birds.
They can't run with 4 legs. How poor they are.
On seeing the human beauty, the fish dive away, the birds fly into the air, and the deer run away into the woods. That's because they just can't appreciate such beauty as we do. Similarly, human beings like meat. Deer live on grass. Centipedes eat snakes. Owls and crows enjoy mice. There is not a single criterion for delicious food because the 4 have different tastes, and a human's meat can be the deer's poison.
I see. We can't really force our opinions on other people or other species.
We tend to find standards for everything, but actually, standards are relative. What is true for human may not be so for other species. What looks beautiful in one culture may not be so in another. Each person, each culture, each species may have their own secret code to interpret the world. Things are true only under certain conditions, so don't get trapped in your own subjective world. Live and let live. That's the end of this fable. Fable 3, Autumn Waters.
Master, I think you are a great sage of wide range of knowledge. He can be the teacher of everyone.
I really don't think so. Let me tell you the fable of Autumn Waters. This is a story between the Lord of the Yellow River and the God of the Northern Sea, who were appointed to administrate the Yellow River and the Northern Sea, respectively. When the autumn floods came, hundreds of streams were discharging themselves into the Yellow River. As the river got bigger, the bank faded away and all sandbars disappeared.
Ha ha ha, I'm the Lord of the Yellow River. Look at me. Now I'm the biggest body of water in the world. All the beautiful scenarios are just beside me.
Along the course of the river, the Lord of the Yellow River flowed east till he came to the Northern Sea. He saw the sea was so vast that he could not see the seashore. Then he turned his face around and met the God of the Northern Sea.
I am so naive. I thought I was the biggest body of the water. The one who has learned quite a lot might become self-centered and thinks no one else can surpass them. They even look down upon the knowledge of Confucius and laugh at Bo Yi's righteousness. If I had met you, I would really become the laughing stock. How stupid am I?
You don't have to blame yourself for that. Now you have already understood your limits, and that's the perception of the great Tao. Of all the bodies of water, the sea is probably the largest. But compared with the world, the sea is just like a pebble on Mount Tai. So I am not the biggest in the world either.
As we grow up, we gradually form our general view of the world, and even build up some stereotypes in our mind. It becomes increasingly difficult to take the different views. One way to tackle such a problem is lifelong learning. Lifelong learning is defined as the ongoing, voluntary, and self-motivated pursuit of knowledge for either personal or professional reasons. It can provide us with more and better opportunities in our life, and also enhance our understanding of the world around us. Furthermore, we might also need more tolerance of people who are different from us, different skin colors, races, customs, and religions. We are all sharing one habitat, and we are just part of it. This is the end of this fable. Thank you for watching.